pending.
You
some sort of clear like in the internet. Too,
you got your stimulation check, huh?
Yeah, that stim. Thanks, Nancy and Mitch. Appreciate you.
That's insane. We can't do shit fast, and they did that so fast.
So fast. Like they're still arguing about it. Like what happens? What happens when they definitely don't give us more money? Will I definitely not see it in my bank account?
Yeah, they'll be real fast about that too.
Super quick. It'll just be it'll be one of those like test deposits for like 3 cents. You know, when you're linking your PayPal, it's like, psych. We just wanted to make sure, just in case.
Thought you was coming with 3 cents.
We're taking that back though, bitch. It's just a test.
Tax too. Tax coming in, tax coming out.
This is the correct routing number. Thank you. We know when to go. We know which one to come back to when we're double dipping.
So what's okay? And by the way, middle class holes coming at you. This is we were the eve of of Christmas. What's this? The eve of what? 2021. The best year.
Eve.
The best year of our lives yet to come.
It's a New Year's Eve. Everybody knows it's the 46th best day on the American calendar. So.
You know, I have to say, financially speaking, and I feel bad for the rest of America and, to a lesser extent, the world. Financially, I think I will have had my best year ever because of the pandemic.
Probably.
Yeah, I mean, me and the wife had gotten into this habit of European vacations. So taking a year off is definitely fucking good for the bank account. So, yeah, I'm with you. I'm not complaining. Thanks for the stim, Nancy and Mitch.
That's what I was going to say. So what was settled on? The 2,000 got nixed, and now it's 600 with 1,400 pending. They're gonna
now,
give you...
yes,
basically.
Okay.
Yeah. 600 is the guarantee. Okay,
right.
So we're all getting 6 bones right now. Okay. Now they're arguing over whether to bump it up to 2,000. Now I don't know if they're going to try to put a 2G on top of the 6B, or if they're just going to attach a 1,400 to the 6G. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
right.
I don't know why I'm talking like this.
I'm okay with the 1,400 though. And they hit me with the 14. We're buying a couch. We're getting a new couch. We've been talking about getting a new couch, but then we getting like a nice fucking couch too. So hit me with whatever. We're good. We're ready.
Alan's okay with a 1,400, and I'm okay with the moderate gangster talk that you got going on. Continue.
Oh, I'm both actually.
Appreciate, yo. No, but I got to say that, Alan, you just turned into that. What is that commercial for where the guy is teaching people how to not speak like their parents? Because I feel like that's what Alan just did. Yo, if I get that 2G, we buy a couch.
we buy a couch, bro.
That's the most middle-aged statement of all time.
Right? Oh, God. What is that a commercial for?
Geico.
That's a great commercial.
Geico.
Is it Geico?
Yeah.
Yeah, it always catches me with the blue hair. It's like we all see it.
We all see it.
All see it. Blue.
Do you guys notice the dude who's giving the come on, keep coming? He keeps turning his hand to help someone out who's backing out of parking. That's the dude who was in the previous one who was in the club with his buddies. It's I can't remember. He introduces himself, and I'm blanking on his name. Remember? It's like, let me get around to jalapeno poppers for my buddies.
Oh, that one.
That's
yes.
that dude. Yeah. It's like $15, huh? I didn't see that on the website. What the hell's his name?
By the way, I'm 2 of the people in that commercial. I'm definitely wave them out guy from the parking spot. Now you're good. I think it's because of my job. I'm used to having to fit through tight spaces, and I'm always appreciative if somebody gives me the the feet and inches with the hands. So I do that for others as well. And then the other one that I am is if somebody's in the aisle, what do you call it? Like the home improvement aisle, and they're like going back and forth between 2 products. I'm like, oh, what you trying to fix?
Right.
And I'm a third one. I hired someone to come fix something at my house, and now I'm their assistant. I'm that guy. Totally that guy.
So the guy's name is Tom Pritchard. For those, he's like, Tom Pritchard. Hi, Tom Pritchard. And he's doing the air guitar on the dance floor. Or no, it's the keytar, actually. Air keytar, which is even better than an air guitar. But you're walking down the aisle. You see someone kind of muddling over two products and you stop, even if you're going to walk past them, you're kind of like, ooh, you can't help yourself, and you pull like a fucking Barney Rubble where you're like,
it genuinely depends. If I notice there's a intense struggle on their face, then I will kind of meander down the aisle and see if there's anything I need, and then I'll come back up the aisle, and then I'll kind of like, if I know what they're working on by what they have in their hands, then I will then, is that for the back of the toilet? Okay, well listen, I had the same issue a couple months ago, and I would just suggest this one. It's an all-in-one piece. It's $5 more, but it's 3 hours less headache. So right. I just my 2 cents. I won't linger, but I will assist.
Alan, I have an answer, but I'm going to go. This is kind of like my own 3 and out. Do you assist people who have a internal struggle with products at a Home Depot or Lowe's or some sort of hardware store?
Not at all. One because like I'm not gonna lie, like I'm good with my hands, but like I never learned shit growing up. Like I didn't have. Like my old man didn't like teach me how to fix stuff. It just wasn't his bag. So although I am a quick learner and I can do stuff, I'm like just now getting into like buying tools and shit and doing stuff for myself. So absolutely not, because I have no leg to stand on. I don't know. I would literally just be talking about my ass. Like if you're looking at 2 different parts, I would probably just make something up, be like, yeah, fuck, can't go wrong with Milwaukee. Go ahead, pick that up. And just make some shit up. So, I mean, I could do it, but I don't. And in good faith, because I shouldn't.
Well, here's what I learned as I became an adult. Like, you look at your parents and in certain areas, you think that they just know everything. And my dad was always a do-it-yourselfer, okay? We had very few contractors in this house.
We call that to install DIY, just yes. For the layman's, yeah.
And so I always used to think, because my dad always did it himself, that he knew what he was doing. It wasn't until I got to my 30s and we had to work on something together that I was like, you have no fucking clue what you're doing, do you? You are making this up as you go with a full stupid brain of confidence that shouldn't exist. It's a level of confidence that, to his ability and his skill level, those two things should not be coinciding at the same time. We built a deck by ourselves, okay? This massive, I don't know, at one point I think it's 12 and a half feet off the ground. At the other point, it's about 8 feet off the ground. So we're using, when I say timbers, I'm talking about pieces of wood that the Vikings would use to construct something. And I was like, man, this guy really knows what he's doing. Until the entire structure fell while I was holding on to it on top of a 10-foot ladder and had to ride that fucker to the ground. I remember getting up and like, you have no idea what you're doing, do you? We just didn't hold it in the right spot. It's okay. Just come on, lift it. I just about broke all of the bones in my body. I'm not helping you anymore. Call somebody. And that's when I realized my dad was full of shit.
Which is why you help strangers in the middle of certain aisles at Lowe's and Home Depot, right?
Yeah, because we all become our parents eventually. Some of us deny it, but it's part of the evolutionary process.
Okay.
Which is why everyone is really hit and struck by that Geico commercial.
So if what you're saying is true, we all become your parents. So then you become your father, who was a confident imbecile in all things Bob Vila and carpentry. So that if what you're saying is correct, then your father also gave advice at these places, but then gave the wrong advice. Someone went home and like, this asshole told me to get a level. I needed a jigsaw.
Now, here's the thing, though. Unwarranted confidence, yes. However, we are quick learners. So, you also learn from your mistakes. And so, over time, I'll give you another example. My brother, I used to think he was a master mechanic. I just realized he didn't mind fucking with shit. And most of the time, he got things back together properly. So I remember it took us 2.5 days to put a new water pump on my old 1983 Toyota Celica. I then realized years later that it should really only take about 3 to 4 hours to do the same job at a body shop. So a whole weekend versus 3 hours. Again, we can do it with a lot of failure in between. And we still know what we're talking about when we're finished. We're helping save you an extra day of dumbassity and work.
Yeah, I had to help. I had to place I was renting prior to this place. The water heater went up, and I was taking cold showers for a few days. Realized that my landlord asked if I could change the thermocouple, which I never knew existed. Okay, had no clue what the fuck that was. Looked it up, watched about 15 videos on YouTube, installed it properly, and it still wouldn't light. And suddenly my landlord realized that, okay, the water heater needs to be replaced. And then he almost asked me to replace it. He was like, oh, man, I think the water heater needs to be replaced. Hey, man, I think I'll call someone. Hold tight, okay? Thank you. Thank you very much. That would be very prudent of you. Well, we got New Year's around the corner. I want to ask you guys, and this always humors me, because every year you see social media fucking lit up with, oh, hold that thought, ladies and gentlemen. We got a intruder / unwarranted guest coming in. Ladies and gentlemen, it says Diane Fox, but it's not. It's actually...
Oh, God.
Come on.
I was getting nervous, Wes.
I feel like getting down to the last 5 seconds of a Royal Rumble.
You know what's funny, Wes?
Every last Royal Rumble entrance, like their run has arms like really out here for some odd reason. Like it's just totally unnatural. It doesn't matter who it is. Yeah.
When I saw your mom's name popped up, I got to admit I had a little bit of anxiety, Wes, because I love your mom, but I've probably only spoken like a grand total of 100 words to her in the 20-some years I've known her.
Yeah.
And but I know she's also very involved in the creative endeavors that you've pursued, and she's heard all the nonsense bullshit that's come out of my mouth. And she always makes a point to drop just a little hint to let me know that she knows. So I know that she knows that I know that she knows.
Look, Diane Fox is Professor X. All right, she's fucking make it. Dewey can, and this is Brother Dewey Love on the show here. First time in a long time. I think you were on for the sports movies and as well as the best Christmas movies. First and foremost, we're going to get out of you what you're interrupting the show mid-show, unannounced, totally uninvited. I didn't send you an invite, so I don't know who the hell did. But go ahead, tell us this breaking news that that 2021 is becoming much more exciting year.
That's exactly what I thought. I thought y'all were already recording, and I would break in the middle of it or something. But I got a text at 9 o'clock from our esteemed colleague, Adam. I'll leave his last name out, who documented the summer of 2004. And he sent me a text and it said, found it. It's a high 8 tape with blue Sharpie on the side. It says, Murr busts his ass. Wes and I spent the day after Christmas tearing our mom's attic apart looking for that high 8 because we found the camcorder with nothing in it. And we found some stuff Wes had recorded at Frostburg and kind of threw it off. And Adam said it might exist. I'm gonna dig around for it. But I'd given up. I didn't think it was there. But 9 o'clock tonight, heard it exists. It's like a lightning bolt.
Yeah, struck the tip of our penises. I'll tell you, it is. I don't know how the hell do we convert high 8. Adam said I need to get it. I need to charge one of the batteries, get it in the original camera, which we have. Don't know if that fucking camera works. Then we need to hook it up to something via the RCA audio.
Wait, so does Howard have it?
Huh? No, Rankin.
Different Adam.
Different Adam.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we need that stat. We need
listen,
next day air. We need that processed into a movie hut? Is there still photo huts? Do they still do stuff? I don't know. Figure it out, gang.
This is going to be. I feel like it's a lost era of time that before phones that or things that like this surface. And Adam, Murr, you had said it. You said times have changed with the America's Funniest Videos. Now we uncorked a fucking gem. Someone went through their attic. It's like boom.
Dude, I'm probably more excited than the rest of you because you have to remember that my body was crippled and I had no interest at the time in watching that. So I've never actually seen it. I've only heard the audio of me going of the air being forced from my fucking crippled body. I've never seen the lead up. I've never seen the aftermath. I've only heard as CT was mocking me from down the hall. So I'm like actually like getting nervous inside to like see this because now it'll be like watching someone who doesn't exist anymore. I mean, this is damn near 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Adam in his text said, I hope this is as funny as I remember it. Which, exactly. But
listen, I agree. Hold on real quick. I agree. It's just, I haven't changed that much in 16 years. So I think it will be just as funny. I know I've grown up a little bit, but my friend jumping from an elementary school roof and landing on his ass and withering around was funny then. It'll be funny now. And I'll be 80 and I'll still fucking... Go ahead.
Now, Dewey, did you hear the retelling that I did of the events? Was I fairly accurate with how things went down?
Yeah. I jumped off the roof, and I'm generally a pussy about things like that.
Okay, so you did hear it. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of why I'm doing this, is to get back at you for saying that.
And then you also, after Murr did it, you offered words of encouragement as a best friend would, and you said, I think he compressed himself. Can you elaborate a little bit more as to your train of thought as to trying to help your broken comrade? Actually, broken in half.
Murr said it. He was doing you land on your tailbone really hard. And I've done it a lot skateboarding. Your initial reaction is to thrust your pelvis up. I just, it's the first thing that came out of my mouth. He just compressed himself a little bit, man. He's all right.
Yeah, and my like C4 vertebrae at the same time.
And he turned his lumbar discs into powder.
And how long because you and I have talked about this, how long did you say that you think Murr had residual effects from this incident?
It's long. Well, probably a year later, I was still giving Murr shit about it, still jonesing on him, and he gave me a serious talk, like real talk. Goes, Dewey, my lower back is still fucked up from that, for real. And for a 24-year-old to cut out the giving shit on something that was that funny is remarkable. But Murr's tone of voice brought it through. It's like I wake up in the morning, my back's still stiff.
All right.
So
Go ahead.
How many years ago was this?
16.
2004, 16. Yeah.
Okay, so I can tell you that it's taken about 16 years for it to still hurt.
So, Dewey, while we got you here, and again, listen, you were like an uninvited guest. I don't know how the hell you wound up on the show, but regardless, you obviously listened to the episode in which Murr bought a porno called "Get in the Shaft." You heard his retelling. Was there anything that he did? Anything that
Is there anything you heard Alan say, by the way, in any of the episodes?
Yeah, Alan almost drove a car in the Inner Harbor. Right? He almost wasn't our co-host.
Alan almost drove a car in the Inner Harbor, and his friends fucking ditched him.
Yes.
That's one of the high points of the show for me. It's friends fucking skedaddled.
It's like a average point in my life, but thanks, I appreciate that. At least it makes for good entertainment.
Yeah, and
Okay.
I told you that I vomited and pooped my pants at the same time. All right, so it's all square.
Okay, so back to gay porn and me. Go ahead.
There was one thing wrong in the retelling. No, it wasn't wrong in the retelling. Murr just didn't bring it up. I said, "Damn, over AOL Instant Messenger. What was the name of that thing you bought? Was it called Dude Farm?" And someone else was reading over Murr's shoulder and goes, "What's Dude Farm?" Then Murr went into a long explanation. The explanation he gave on air.
Yeah.
It wasn't called Dude Farm. I wouldn't have bought it if it was called Dude Farm.
And by the way, Wes, I did finally remember what the third unmarked porno was named.
Pornocopia, Getting the Shaft, and
I can't believe I forgot this name because this is the label that I actually got from Tom to put over top of the Getting the Shaft label. It was called Sabotage. Which made so much sense. And I can remember chuckling like an 18-year-old as I slowly placed it on top of the Getting the Shaft label.
yeah, and this got played at a full blown high school party. This got because I've been I had to explain to some coworkers at a hospital that I worked at about why would you play porno at a party. And I just said, I think it was like one of those rebellious things. We're teenagers, we're at a house, there's no rules, we're all drinking, we're all partaking in bullshit. Why wouldn't we put some porno on? No one's here. We can do what we want. No one's watching the porno, but porn should be on 24/7. Fucking relapse. And so this got chucked in at one of those parties, do we?
Yeah, a party. I'm not going to name him, but yeah, on Red Toad Road. And
I'm not going to name him, but I'm going to give his address.
lots of people live on Red Toad Road.
It's like 16 miles long and 4 people live on that road.
That's fine.
Yeah, no, I was present for that, for the video, the cassette getting retrieved up from under the front seat of Murr's car, put in, and the fuck is this?
Beautiful.
I mean, to be fair, Wes,
yeah.
our fraternity had a rush event that involved porn in a living room of a house.
Yeah,
for no
and
so I mean, is it really that weird?
So Dewey's familiar with this. Murray, you're familiar with Rush, where they try to rush. You try to get pledges to come in. Yeah, and one of our it was a kickoff event. At least when I was there, it was midget porn and wings. We would literally play a porno involving midgets having sex with normal sized folk and wings.
We've called little people porn at this point, but
Yeah.
No,
I don't know if it was like some sort of proper vetting type thing that we did. Like, those fuckers don't stick around after this. We know they're not cut out for our group of people.
any of the dudes just leave, they're out.
That's it.
That's a fair litmus test. You just don't want anybody to be. You don't want them to be turned on by it. You hope they think it's whimsical, and if they don't, you hope they leave.
Right.
So that's a good. Yeah.
There's
So everybody in the middle there.
It's kind of like the Venn diagram of people who were like kind of laughing and getting a kick out of it, and people who aren't getting a kick out of it but aren't grotesque enough to leave, but still are kind of like,
That's always what it was. Just like awkward groups standing in front of the television, kind of like awkward laughing. This is fucking weird, and they're like, I need a beer. Just walk out. But I just vividly remember that I don't know if there were variations to the video.
It was,
I do vividly remember.
It was called Itty Bitty Bang Bang was the name of the joke.
I don't know, but I definitely vividly remember walking in to the room, and the room was like even more awkwardly quiet than normal, and it was a regular sized lady and 2 little people burglars and one entire case of heads of lettuce. And, and that was it in a single bedroom. And it got weird.
Wow.
So
y'all got weird. That wasn't in my shit.
I don't know who picked that one up, but yeah.
Well, I do know that at one point I owned Somewhere Under the Rainbow, which was a Wizard of Oz spoof with the Munchkins were finding that yellow brick road, baby.
Did you fall victim of another grab bag thing at the fucking depot with that?
No, I willingly bought that one.
I remember watching that at Murr's apartment, and a mutual friend of ours, about 5 minutes into it, turns to everyone and goes, "We're all going to hell, you know that, right?"
Shit.
Wizard of Oz porn.
What was it called? Somewhere Over the Rainbow?
Somewhere Under the Rainbow.
It's just called The Wiz.
Yeah.
That stars R. Kelly, by the way.
Some people who sorry, I'm starting laughing at my own joke. Some producers did a hippie version called A Dark Side of the Poon.
I had to escort myself out of the depot once because I was really jacked up, and there was a porn called Poke a Hot Ass, starring a Native American woman.
Ooh.
And I could not contain myself.
God, I like it. Hey, listen, okay. We got a few, I'd say probably, I don't know. We got a little bit until our recap of the year. But, Brother Dewey Love, you want to stick around for the remainder of the first segment? I don't know. We're just shooting off the hip.
Sure, yeah.
All right, beautiful. All right, so back
like
to the
enthusiasm.
Back to the depot. And Alan, you've heard about this place, okay?
Yeah,
This was
delightful.
This was a rite of passage joint for any young man growing up in Cecil or Harford County, right off of Route 40 between Aberdeen and Havre de Grace. Now, did you guys have a place like this in the old Arbutus, Halethorpe area? Something that was like, you go in there and you get yourself, you're 18. Yeah.
Yeah. So there was one right down the street from not right down the street from my parents, but probably like 2 miles away. And it sat all by itself on what is now, I guess, a more populated road, but it was basically just a service road that led back to the Amtrak station off of Washington Boulevard. So it was basically filled with cars at between 7 and 9 a.m. and then a mass exodus after work. And then there sat a tiny shack that just said XXX adult videos. And it was something. Everything that she sat behind, it was an old lady who just chain smoked cigarettes, was behind bulletproof glass. And there was 4 fucking jerk stations in the back, and there was always just somebody grunting back there. You could just hear the grunt, and no one I don't think I ever went in there after the age of 19, maybe. And so, and they definitely didn't care that we were in there at 16 or 17. That wasn't really a problem. So, yeah, it was just an always awkward experience leafing through, VHS boxes, empty VHS boxes, being yeah, I'm going to take Brazilian big asses, please, ma'am. Is this a copy that you have back there? Thank you. While somebody was in the back just grunting, and everything was very small. So you heard it. You heard it all. You heard the grunting as soon as you walked in the door. It wasn't really compartmentalized back there. But yeah.
So someone's exercising. Now, go ahead, Murray.
Well, I do have, I think there's one depot story that we haven't revealed yet. I think I'm going to let Dewey tell this story. Dewey, if you'd like, as a Christmas present to you and a New Year's gift for everyone else, the story of Dean and the depot.
Dean really liked Murr and had expressed some interest in him, and Murr told me about this, and we went to the depot with a mutual friend, Stephanie, who was buying sex toys for I feel like I'm blowing someone up. There's a lot of Stephanies, but buying sex toys for a holiday type of thing. And she didn't want to go to the depot alone because it's sleazy. We walked in.
So she calls a good friend, a good man friend up.
Yeah. Do you guys want to go to the depot with me? I don't want to go there alone. Yeah, I'll go to the depot with you.
We were on our way, actually.
Mer and I were headed over there. Weird. But we walk into the depot. I'm not going to give you the layout, but on the other side of the cash register island, there's Dean. He goes, Andrew Murr. And the look on Murr's face was just, it was 15 emotions balled up into one. It's hard to describe.
See, here's the thing with Dean, Wes. He was a co-worker of a friend's girlfriend, and he was like a, I don't know, 6'2" black man that had a ponytail and did not hide I mean, this is how brazen this guy was. He was openly gay in Elkton, Maryland, and this is, almost 20 years ago. So just he had an affinity for me. I think he saw me as the spinner type and was just ready to...
A little frosted mini wheat.
Wow. You just refer to yourself as a spinner type?
Hey, man. Yeah. Look, I'm aware of my genetic makeup here. Okay?
We're done.
And so we would go to the bar, and Dean would be there, and he was so into me, he would buy me, like, Dewar's and water. Like, he would buy me, like, high-end liquor drinks. And I would always tell everybody, like, I know he's just trying to get me so fucked up that he thinks I'm going to, like, fall prey to his little games here, and I'm going to go home and bang him one day. But I'm going to take the free drinks. And I always did. But I avoided Dean in all situations. And, running into the big black gay man who has a crush on you at the porn store, not exactly the place you want to have a conversation.
Andrew Murr. Did you go to a whack booth to get out of Dodge?
No, I think I ended up having to awkwardly talk to him for like 5 minutes while truckers slowly zipped their pants on the way out of the quarter peep shows.
It's like they didn't have one of those open exercise rooms like my joint.
We never heard any grunting from the Jack Shacks at the depot.
I mean, they
weren't close enough. Yeah.
Weirdly, I went there when I was probably like a week after I turned 18. I went back to one of those and like popped a couple quarters in just to like thinking that's what you were supposed to do. And someone was like, I had no clue it was a whack booth. It's like, wait, what? You do it? Why wouldn't you just do it in your own home? So naive. It's so fucking smart as I was. It's so, well, I guess I'm not that smart, but I'm so open as I was to pornography at that point.
How big was the depot, like size-wise?
Single floor.
Like a bar.
Like a smallish bar. Maybe what's that joint we went and did karaoke at about a year ago in Arbutus?
Oh, center court?
About like that.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say because like ours was like a legitimate 1-bedroom rancher. Like it was like they built it on that street and they were like, yeah, we're gonna have this flourishing community by the Amtrak, and then people didn't want to buy property next to an Amtrak, and so that got shot to hell. So they turned it into a porn store, and it sat there for fucking 30 years.
This is going to be a flourishing community right here.
Look at this bustling community. There's commuters from DC are going to want to live right here. Nope. Not at all.
Better turn it into an XXX shop. No,
turn it into a Spanx store.
Let me ask you this. Okay, so having grown up, I feel like this might be a long shot, but we might be able to meet halfway on something, because I don't know about Dewey and Murr, but I pretty sure this was your own rite of passage. It was definitely mine. The first strip club I went to was Night Shift. You familiar with Night Shift?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's on the opposite side of the tunnel. But
Yeah,
that's
that place.
where everyone, Murr, Dewey, was that your titty bar rite of passage? What, Murr, you went up to fucking Hacks in Wilmington?
No, I went to we went to a place in New Jersey because they let you in when you turned 18. So the day we turned 18, the day everybody turned 18, we take a little hike up to New Jersey. It was on like Dark Horse Road. That's all I remember of it.
Right
And-
across the bridge from Philly.
Yeah.
Up to Philly and okay. Yeah.
No, they let you in at night shift when you're 18. They just put those huge fucking black X's on your hand so you wouldn't drink.
No, I don't know. I guess we just the research, the limited research you were capable of doing, which I think involved us just going through like random phone books and calling strip clubs and seeing like, can we get in if we're 18? No, click. Until we finally heard one say yes, and we're like, that's the one. We're going there.
Solid.
I thought it'd be usually be word of mouth. Actually, we were driving down. I was 19, driving down to drop off a dresser with Dewey when he was going to College Park, and my parents were driving past, and somehow night shift got brought up by my parents. All right, Lord knows how that got, casual conversation between husband and wife of 32 years. Yeah, night shift, strip joint, right around here. And they were saying that it was a BYOB, and at that point it wasn't. And they were arguing back and forth, and finally I was like in the back seat, I was like, no, it's not. Like, how do you know? I went there last year, about a week after I turned 18. All right.
Been there pretty recently. No.
They're like, oh, yeah, well, okay, cool. All right,
So,
fair enough.
speaking of BYOB places, I did not go to the night shift first. I went to McDougal's, which many folks from around this area will tell you that was their first foray into the nudie bar. It is BYOB, and I think the theme is C-section scars. Quite frankly, it's delightful. It is something to behold. It's in Pasadena, so it's good. Yes, that was mine. The night shift is actually kind of a step up, so that's all things considered. So good job, guys. You didn't go to McDougal's.
Isn't McDougal's like the name of the fake McDonald's restaurant in Coming to America?
McDowell's.
McDowell's, okay.
I was going to say the joke
Little
house
narcs.
up in the joke house up in Timonium. I think that's McGoobies.
Oh yeah, that's the McGoobies. The
McGoobies joke shack.
the Chuckle Hut.
And Dewey, didn't you say you went down to we'll name people unnamed, but you went down to night shift with a group of people, brought a lap dance, and then the lap dance turned into something more sexual, and then she became entertainment?
That was not me. I've never bought a lap dance ever.
No, I meant you bought it for someone else.
Oh yeah. Sorry, that was a night shift though. That was some place on Route 40.
Of course it was.
It was a bachelor party, and we got the guy a lap dance in front of everyone, and it turned into 15-minute humiliation. They made him take his shirt off. They whipped him.
Oh wow.
They made fun of his weight.
Damn, that's something different than I was thinking about. I was talking about you went down with a female and got her a lap dance. But anyway,
I won't tell that whole story because I wasn't there. But yeah, there was a friend who had a girlfriend who seemed pretty straight-laced when we had first met her. And then eventually, yeah, she got that lap dance and decided she had found her future career. And
And the first time I went into night shift, she was dancing there. Let's call her L.
There was good, Alan.
No, I mean, hey, I don't think there are a few things that are better than when you hear a friend and or acquaintance has joined the workforce at one of your local nightclub. So, hey, man, sounds like a good story.
Night cult. There was. We went to a strip. It's called Bear Exposures in Atlantic City, and it was,
now hold on a second.
Yeah.
Now hold on a second. I just want you to realize what you just said.
Yeah.
And I want you to realize that getting the shaft was not necessarily, it didn't necessarily spell what was in the porno, okay? Because you just said what? What was it?
Bare exposures.
Okay, bare exposure. Okay, just saying.
Yeah.
Now I'm thinking of two hairy, sweaty, fat guys grinding up on you, and so I'm just saying it could go either way.
Okay.
That goes one of two ways. Like you look that up in Atlantic City and it's a strip club, but you look it up in like Alaska and it's a bear hunting expedition. It's a razor's edge.
Yeah. But and by the way, Murr, I've been on your side of the story for like the better part of 20 years. I didn't think you like, ooh, getting the shaft. All right. Yeah. Yup.
It just seems like every time I tell that story, everybody's like, "You didn't know?"
It wasn't fucking Butt Cowboy.
Dude farm.
Dude farm. What I was going to say was we we were at Bear Exposures in Atlantic City for a bachelor party, and the bachelor was adamant about, I don't want the bachelor boy special. I don't want to get up on stage. I don't want to get fucking belt whipped. I don't want to get humiliated. I don't want to get made fun of because I'm overweight, etc., etc. Yeah. You got it. And he told everyone once, and myself included, and told me personally 2 more times. Because obviously I need to be reminded a couple times because once wasn't enough. And then, unbeknownst to him, he didn't think that there were more than one bachelor party there. So we get in, we get a beer. He's like, "We got a bachelor party in the house. Get that motherfucker on stage." And he squared up to me. And it's like, if me and this guy were to fight, it'd probably be a relatively fair fight. In that moment, I would have gotten the shit beat out of me. I was like, no. Nobody said nothing, man. I just got a beer. You just saw me the entire time. It was another fucking bachelor party, but goddamn, he was going to Charlie Murphy me into the fucking mirror.
Okay, Wes, the fear and shock you saw in that man's eyes was the same fear and shock that Dewey saw in my eyes when Dean called my name at the depot.
Andrew Murr.
It was
Dewey, you're a poet. Was it sensual?
Dean's call to Murr was a lot of things wrapped up in one too. It was a siren call, sensual. It was forceful.
But loving.
But loving. I see you.
I love you.
You just came in the front door. I'm gonna come talk to you.
I'm going to come in the back.
Oh,
Got
Christ.
you with the whole name too, huh? Andrew Murr.
Yeah.
By the way, I sent you a package and I delivered it as Andy Murr. I apologize. You texted me. Told me.
Yeah. I just looking at Dewey as soon as you said that. I was so pissed standing at Andy Murr. Like that motherfucker.
This is what I was going to say before Dewey interrupted the show, and we can let this spitball into something else. Typically, with social media posts, which are going to lead up to tomorrow or into the new year, people are going to be like, "New year, new me. New year, here I come. Old me out the door, new me in the front door or the back door." If you're talking to. If I see someone at the depot, sorry, blah, 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 old stuff, out, blah, 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 in with the new, out with the old, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes it really fucking pisses me off. And that just pisses me off. It just agitates the shit out of me. But I kind of feel like this year it is warranted. No matter how cliche the posts are going to be, right? I mean, do you agree? All that shit we saw in the past is kind of like, great, all right. You're gonna turn the corner. You're haters gonna hate. Haters are gonna hate. All right, we get it. Fine.
Now we're all eating the same shit sandwich. So I mean, I don't need to hear about it.
So don't post. Okay, fair enough. Man, a few words, Alan.
I mean, yeah.
First of all, I guess my question is, did those posts annoy you as much as they annoyed me?
I mean, not really. I just kind of ignore them. I don't. It's like 2 weeks of people fucking going to the gym and then it ends. So it's like it'd be worse if it actually lasted longer. But the willpower of the average American is very little. So at the end of the day, they're just fucking empty promises on social media, and then we go back to watching them drink bottles of wine and fucking disregard their fucking health. It's fine. I'm cool with it.
Dewey Love.
I just think
the saga unfold.
I was going to say, Dewey Love, did it annoy you, and will it not annoy you this year? Is this year abide where people can say, 2021, yeah, roses and
it annoyed me as bad as it did you, but I wasn't as vocal about it as you were. You said something New Year's Eve one time about people bullshitting themselves. Like, yeah, go ahead, send it all out about how you're gonna get in beach body shape by August. But no, now it's the bar so low. All people have to do is leave their house.
Yeah.
They don't have to fucking run a 10K every day for 2021. So I don't know. I'm in between. This year was a shit sandwich, like I said.
Yeah, I just think this year is going to be unique because everybody's taking a bite out of the same shit sandwich. So it'll probably annoy me more if people are talking about how they're going to get better in this new year and try to better themselves. Like, fuck off. Let's make the world fucking better for a minute. Let's all rally around. Maybe be a little bit nicer to each other. Put your fucking mask on. I don't like wearing a mask. I don't necessarily believe in masks. But there's like 30% of the population that's really hot on masks. And if I can make that 30% feel better by just putting a piece of cloth over my fucking stank ass face,
right,
then I'll fucking do it. So do that.
Yeah.
I don't want this whole personal enrichment bullshit polluting the internet. Let's how about some group enrichment?
Right,
we haven't seen each other, so let's fucking I want the post to be like, I promise to be nicer to you. I promise to stand behind your vehicle when you're pulling out of a parking space and help wave you on. Okay? If you're standing confused in the Home Depot about an item that you're about to purchase, help me out a bit. Let me know what you know about it. Let's do that.
I'll never leave a shopping cart in a parking spot again. Little things make this world a better place.
Excuse me. Yeah. What was it? Damn, I coughed so loud I forgot what I was going to say.
We're just going to wait then.
Yep. Real let it stew.
Damn, I'm kind of drunk.
Marinate.
I'm going to get my bottle of wine.
Yeah,
we
do that.
Like a warm, creamy chutney. Get ready for another spoonful of the middle Classholes.
And welcome back to the Middle Classholes. Myself, Wes, Alan, Murr, and brother Dewey Love joining us on this eve of all the eves. Even the rapper Eve, who made, I don't know, Alan, probably 2 top 15 hits in the late 90s.
I'd probably dial that back to top 20, but yeah, sure. And I think one of them definitely had Ja Rule on it, so, take that for what it's worth.
And the one with Gwen Stefani.
Gwen Stefani.
Oh,
yeah.
That's right.
Yep.
It's a good pool.
I have no idea what you're talking about. 0%.
Yeah, Mur,
if you do that, I'll be...
We discussed this last week. You made fucking Christmas in Holla sound like Ba with the Ba.
But I was right. It was in Die Hard. You guys didn't even respond when I found that little nugget of information.
Revisionist history.
I didn't dispute it to begin with. Let me just be clear.
Okay. All right. By the way, I do want Dewey at some point to tell the Tiger Woods story. I think that would lead credence to a lot of some of the things that we kind of got into with old Colonel Sanders over the last several weeks. it usually has to do with me knowing something is fact, but not necessarily being able to back it up in the moment, and then telling what I consider, we'll call it a gray lie. We won't call it a white lie. We won't call it a straight lie, but it's definitely there's a gray area in some of the things that I tend to say in order to back my point up in the moment.
I swear, if we do create these personalized soundboards that we've talked about creating, I'm going to have a button for you saying, all right, I fabricated some of the fine details. Because that's exactly what you said about Colonel Sanders last week. That's fine though, because it wasn't a total blow it out your ass fucking lie. It was fine. It just I'm going to point to that. Tomorrow, join us actually on the Middle Classholes Facebook page. Starting at about 11 a.m. and on through the evening, we're going to post our favorite bits from the year 2020 as the Middle Classholes. We may throw a few 410s bits from earlier on in the year, but it's been a good year. We've created a fucking shit ton of content. Murr, actually, about 3 weeks ago, you had the opportunity to check through our YouTube page, and you're like, oh, holy shit. This is actually organized and neat. What the fuck, man?
Yeah.
You said it just like that, too.
Professional. Yeah, it's kind of professional. It's no, it's well curated. And there are, I mean, how many? There's hours. There are hours and hours of bits for everybody to go dive into. So if you haven't done so, it's is it MDL Classholes on?
No, on YouTube it's the Middle Classholes.
Yeah, see there, I fucked it up.
Yeah, it's just at MDL Classholes on Instagram and Twitter. Okay? we're on there as well.
Listen, I can't throw my hands up at you fucking it up, because damn near every episode when it comes to that point, we start sabotaging it to no end.
We jibber jabber flawlessly for fucking hours, and then one of you's like, "All right, Alan, tell them where to find us," and I'm like,
Brr.
We've got so it's totally fine. I'm an asshole. I'm fucking terrible at this.
Brunson Pinchot gets brought up, and I mean, who wouldn't dive off the deep end in a conversation? Who wouldn't deviate from what the hell you're supposed to accomplish when Serge is brought up?
Holy.
Well,
You got such great teeth.
Serge, why do you say my name like that? Sounds like detergent.
Like detergent.
Let's see here. So we could bring us up here in gallery view. Look, folks, I tapped into my resources, and I found more readings from the Colonel. Have a listen.
My cousin once suggested that we add gizzards and feet to our menus. Well, he also had a case of the Bell's palsy and didn't wipe after taking $2 to the bank, if you know what I mean. Consider the source.
See, I wasn't bullshitting when I said these things were real.
The case of the Bell's palsy. That's a real thing, man.
That's the way to refer to taking a shit I've ever heard.
Taking a what?
You said deposit $2 at the bank.
The Colonel had a way with words.
Sure, and away with chicken, my friends.
Renaissance man.
It was. According to Murray, fucking shot a guy with a fucking gun.
Yeah.
He shot a guy with a shotgun because he was fucking with his sign. There was, I think he was out on Route 66. Again, this might be part of me making something up. He was on a major highway. I won't say Route 66. He was on a major highway, and there was a competing a gas station that was competing with his business, and they kept taking down his billboard and putting theirs up. So he staked out one night, and he saw them fucking with the sign, and he confronted them, and they pulled a gun on him, so he just shot him with a shotgun.
And then what? Disintegrated their skin with bacon grease.
Well, Wesley, it was just bird shot. He healed up after a couple of weeks.
Just peppered him.
Yeah, and he won in court. They took him to court after he shot him, they took him to court, and the colonel actually won his court case. So again, Ted Turner and Colonel Sanders are two lost nuggets of just America's great men that for some reason have been lost to modern history.
What do you think a Colonel Sanders cameo call out would call? First of all, Alan, I had something to bring up to you, but for the group, what do you think a Colonel, or not Colonel Sanders, what do we say? Colonel Sanders is dead, so it would cost. We can't procure that kind of money.
No.
A Ted Turner call out on cameo.
Yeah, I don't think a billionaire needs your pennies on the dollar.
I don't think he does this. I don't think that's an option.
Fair enough. I was told that they won't get into character like we had chatted about. We have a listener, and believe it or not, a listener who gives us feedback about the things we talk about.
Really?
Well, who did you want to get into character?
What did we say? It was Gary Busey.
Well, Gary Busey doesn't have to get into character. Gary Busey has a traumatic brain injury that causes him to be in character all the time.
Yep. And a great Hollywood father figure.
Yes.
But yeah, no, we don't need. We just need him to be nuts. That's fine.
Okay.
Which he is.
Yeah.
Dude, he had half his head split open by the the wires they use to hold up telephone poles that keep them straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wrecked his motorcycle and it took off. It went into his brain and they had to do brain surgery on him.
Is that
and
what
then for
happened?
some reason,
Is
yeah.
this
and then for some reason they kept giving him acting roles.
Is this pre or post Point Break?
Pre.
Pre?
It was like 88
Ooh.
when he had his motorcycle accident. Pretty sure.
So he's still getting
He's
acting
like-
jobs.
I mean, he's like perpetually on LSD though, so I mean, fair trade off, I guess.
And what a greeting from him on cameos of what, like $350? That's our shoot, man. That's like $50 short. We get fucking Gary. We said $400. We get Gary Busey and I don't know, Liza Minnelli's third cousin or something. Diggy. Randy. We get Randy Jackson from the Jackson 5.
Like,
We really play our cards right.
Don't go crazy here. All I'm saying is, like, I think, let's say if we're going 400, we could do two $200 like C- to D-list celebrities, and I think we'd be fucking cooking with gas. So I mean, we don't got to blow our wad. Is all I'm saying. We could think about this strategically.
I talked to Dewey about this drunkenly at Christmas, and Dewey actually gave me. Listen, it's Brother Dewey loves one man's opinion, but he said adamantly. Go ahead, I'll leave it to you, Dewey.
I said Flair.
Woo!
It's not terrible.
$500.
No. And I saw Ric Flair's. I've seen because they have examples of these things, and Ric Flair gives you the Ric Flair experience. But Gilbert Gottfried gives you the Gilbert Gottfried experience, and he's only $150.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, imagine you get yourself a Gilbert Gottfried, a fucking Bronson Pinchot, and like one other. Those are 3 drops we have. Like versus, I mean, the one sick Ric Flair, I'll give it to you, but I think it's way more our speed to have at least those 2 people that I just mentioned.
I think like I saw Chong from Cheech and Chong is about that speed too.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm good either way. I mean, I will take a Ric Flair spot. It's not really.
We've talked a lot about this.
It's not a tough sell. This is all, babe.
Talked a lot about this cameo. We're going to get to the bottom of it. We're going to get to the root of it. We're going to figure out who's got the money, who's willing to shell out, who's willing to help out the middle class holes.
You've got the juice.
You could write it off. 2021, baby. I guess the other thing I wanted to ask you guys, are there any epic New Year's Eve fucking boozing stories? Any of those in the house?
Not really. I mean, yes. I mean, I boozed a lot, but unfortunately, all of the epic things that ever happened in my life happened randomly at like 11:30 on a Tuesday. You know, like jumping off the elementary school roof was probably just a random day of the week, which is probably why we got away with it, climbing up there all the time, because we were just losers and had nothing better to do on a Thursday but get on an elementary school while everybody else was sleeping, waiting to get up to actually go to work. So on the nights of the actual, like, you're supposed to party and have wild stories, they just never really materialized.
Yeah. Nothing really comes to mind. I mean, yeah, definitely been fucking hammered, but nothing. I don't think anything really special happened. I think I always blew my wad around Christmas time. Like something silly always happened around Christmas time because it was my birthday, and I got like exceptionally drunk. So no, just New Year's Eve, just getting hammered.
I see. Maybe I loaded this question, didn't float it to you guys early on. Maybe it wasn't necessarily like New Year's Eve getting drunk, but maybe I suppose it was. I mean,
I've had like
I tell you what. Okay, here's a great story. All right, so aside from all the gifts that you got, I'm gonna say in your teenage years from your parents, you have your clothes and this and that. What's the one thing that really you always wanted and garnered and got, gift wise?
Like, is a reoccurring gift?
Money. Right?
Oh, money?
Yeah, I'm saying you got money as a gift, yeah?
Not really.
I mean, sometimes.
I got gifts as gifts.
All right.
Not from my parents. My parents gave me gifts. Yeah.
Fuck it. I'm gonna go with this story. Okay, we're post Christmas.
Did you just go off the rails?
Yeah, don't force me to have your story because you want to tell it. Tell your fucking story.
I just assumed people got some money from their grandparents on Christmas. Right now, and you know what? Every time I do this, one of you accuses me of having a stroke. Fuck you. All right.
That's exactly what I was getting ready to say, but I couldn't stop laughing.
All right. So we're where we are in my parents' basement, just south of where Brother Dewey Love is sitting right now. A couple days after Christmas, we're all partying. We're seniors in high school, and we all have money, quote unquote money. And by that, I mean everyone now has like any ranging from $100 to $300 to their name. And one of our friends, who will go unnamed, didn't have any money, was bummed out about it, and couldn't enjoy himself. So we gathered a little pool of loot in order to convince another person who was yet to show up to poop on his face. And we got it up to about $300, and he damn near took it. He damn near was like, "Whoa, man! Like $300. Look, man, he'll poop right in your face, and the money's all yours." He eventually didn't do it, but he was pretty close.
You know, every time you end up telling one of your stories, I feel better about my life, Wes. I feel better about my life and my friends. No, because you and your friends always took things too far. You damn near ruined the basement, and you can't tell me that you didn't, because you just told a story about how you almost got $300 to let somebody poop on another friend's face.
Listen,
in the basement.
First of all, your facts are wrong. We did ruin the basement, okay? We ruined it. We ruined it. Dewey can agree to that, right? Yeah?
You guys ran it in the ground.
Dewey had a sweet setup, but truth be told, they only had about a year to a year and a half to enjoy it. And then by the time I got to be late on in high school, I took shit over. And that's the way it goes. And Murray said it because we got to the sub pump story, which I would like to go back over. Where it's like, it was something where in case of emergency we would use. And then by the time you guys got down there, it was like, oh, this is where we piss. And he had to use some stupid ass fucking skater dye tone to his voice. This is where we piss.
This is where we pee now.
Isn't how it went down.
That's how you guys sounded in Murr's head. like punk kids from a skater movie. This is where it is now.
Fair
You
enough.
pee here. You don't pee upstairs. Because the other thing that you would do, especially you, and I'm specifically pointing to you, Wes, is you would go upstairs like you were Ric Flair or the Ultimate Warrior stomping their way to the fucking ring, and the stairs would just gonk, 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 wooden stairs just vibrating the entire house, and then you got yelled at for being too loud, and it's like, well, I ain't even going upstairs anymore. I'm just going to pee right here. And then everybody peed there.
I think you're being nitpicky, but I think you're just you're frolicking through eons of detail, and you're just kind of mulling over the finite things. But it doesn't really matter.
Pretty specific.
It's just nitpicking.
Doesn't matter. New Year's. Oh, Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that
New
calls.
Year's.
I think that calls for another reading. Another reading from the Colonel.
I hope it's about New Year's.
Now, back before he was famous, I met a young man while walking my dog in the park. He said, "Excuse me, mister, did your dog do any tricks?" I said, "No, he ain't nothing but a hound dog." That young man didn't make it to 43. You don't steal from the Colonel.
I think these are from a darker time in the Colonel's life.
There it is, Elvis fans. That's what happened.
Bourbon heavy.
Colonel was on the sauce or something, bro.
Dewey, what did I tell you about Elvis? Like leading up to his death, a tidbit fact that you didn't know that you thought was fucking great.
He had Periscope constructed for himself so he could watch television on his back.
Were you guys aware of that?
No, I do know that he used to keep popsicles in a freezer in every room because the drugs he was taking made his body temperature rise. So he would have to eat popsicles to keep himself cool.
Jesus.
Gotta get that temperature down.
One of the crazier drug stories I ever heard from celebrities is that Rick James didn't go out of his house for like 2 years between the years of 1984 and 1986. Just lived entirely inside. Had groceries delivered, had beer delivered, drugs delivered, whatever.
Freebase cocaine.
It's 2 years.
What else you need?
That'll do it.
I guess, but would you like not walk out on your back patio and just kind of? Maybe he did that. Maybe he stretched and smelled some of the fresh California air from time to time.
I don't know. Kind of sounds like the life I would lead if I was ever individually wealthy. If I ever win that Powerball. I told you, I'm not leaving. I'm not doing shit. I don't know if I'll do cocaine all day, but I can understand not leaving the compound.
Yeah.
We've heard your delusions of grandeur as to what you would do if you got rich. Ultimately, it spurs some weird theory that you would be more creative.
No, because I would have all this time to sit around and think, and then I would get bored and I'd do something. But I mean, most of my creative endeavors, I don't have to venture out into the world to perform. I mean, I've got enough room in my backyard if I really wanted to, I don't know, maybe I'll buy a helicopter. I just don't want to see people. I just don't want to go to like crowded places or deal with humanity. I just want to deal with myself. That's enough.
Well, on that case, I tell you what, we're going to get to one more of the Colonel's readings, and then we're going to get to our New Year's Eve 3 and Out.
Now, my original pressure cookers weren't very stable. I remember having old David Thomas go into the kitchen to change a batch around when that contraption had the devil's hiccup. My original plan was to serve chicken and waffles for breakfast, but It took till dinner time to clean Davy up off that kitchen floor. Oh, fate has a way.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I told you the Colonel entered a dark phase of his life.
There was a lot of death around the Colonel.
Well, with that being said, Andrew and Brother Dewey Love, I hope you stick around for this 3 and Out because I think it's time for, and I just blew the
Time
load
for
there.
Wesley, your favorite 3 questions of the week. It's officially time for 3 and Out. And of course, your 3 and Out, as always this year, has been brought to you by the Shin Splints Recovery Group. Remember, if you got a twinge of pain below the knee and above the ankle, find the Shin Splints Recovery Group online at Facebook and find some like-minded pussies like yourself. There you go. Your first question in tonight's 3 and Out. Alan, we will start with you. If your sheets had to be made of a deli meat, what meat would you want them to be made of?
Oh, man. It's so good. A single deli meat, huh? It would probably be like... It would probably be some variation of like boar's head turkey, or like a nice like Black Forest ham.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with ham. I've been on a ham kick recently, so ham, Black Forest ham. I think that'd be nice. Just a little nibble. There's some structure to the Black Forest ham with the black outline, you know what I mean?
The bark. The bark.
Like so, like a blanket would be nice. Like you know, there's seams. It's just a little bit more structure. I like it. Black Forest ham.
Now, my question for that though is like, ham's not necessarily like a breathable meat. If you get what I'm saying,
are many meats breathable?
Has this been aerated?
If you had said cheeses, I might have picked the Swiss. my temperature regulated, but I feel like I'm going to be eating my way out of this one. So Black Forest ham, sir.
Okay, we'll come back to this. Wes, deli meat is a blanket. What are you choosing?
So Michael, I have a very simple question. Is this a situation to where if I wanted to sleep comfortably, do I want to pick something that I don't want to eat, or do I just want to eat what's on top of me?
I mean, I guess that's up to you, really. It's a personal preference. I would assume that since this is going to be kind of like, your daily blanket, you're probably going to want something, that's comfortable and not necessarily appetizing.
Okay. And shit, if I go and say I need to buy new sheets, do the sheets that I buy just magically turn into this meat when they walk in through my front door?
I'm assuming it's kind of like the you know how like Arby's roast beef, there's like that whole like theory that it's not actual beef, it's just kind of like this gelatin substance that they have to like cure. So it would just be a big slab that it would fit your bed.
I would go to the Arby's store to buy sheets. That's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Or re-up. I mean, okay.
We got the sheets.
Jesus Christ. We're getting sued.
All the locations just turned into a betting showroom.
This here is edible roast beef. I would pull a Costanza. My favorite meat is pastrami, and that's that's the sub that he was eating while he was having sex, and maybe I can one up old Georgie boy.
I just feel like as you twisted through the night, you would just wake up just like glistening in grease, though.
Well, I'd always have a thing of spicy mustard on my bedstand, just to plop on that fucker. That's actually most meats in general.
Well, yeah, in the Fox household, it's a mustard-loving family. Okay, Dewey, I know this is a very outside the box question, but if you had to pick a deli meat as your sheet, what would you choose? Whew.
I don't want to eat it.
Okay.
So I'm going with roast beef because it's not greasy.
That's true.
It's dry. And it's kind of, it would almost be like a weighted blanket.
Yeah, I like Dewey's answer. Though I will say, the only thing I will disagree with, same as Alan's, roast beef, not a very breathable meat.
Sorry.
I'm not putting it over my head.
As opposed to...
Yeah,
well, I
give
was
me a
going to go
breathable
with
meat.
I was going to go with turkey because, as we've discussed, turkey is already a dry meat, and I feel like once you've been under the turkey sheets for a half hour, 45 minutes, your body would essentially absorb a lot of the turkey moisture, and it might be a little dry, it might be a little scratchy, but you wouldn't wake up in this this glistening glaze of deli goo. Do we?
Smell though. The smell of turkey.
Yeah, but it stinks.
It's roast beef is shades towards neutral. It doesn't. I don't know. Turkey. The day after Thanksgiving, burping up turkey. We've all been there. That's awful. That's all that flows into my head thinking about laying under a turkey blanket.
It's a sentence no man ever thought they would utter.
That's all I ever think about when I lay under a turkey blanket.
About laying under a turkey blanket.
But I also don't feel like I'd be compelled to want to eat my turkey blanket because turkey's not without other condiments or your lettuces or your tomatoes. I just don't feel like I'd be compelled, in a drunken stupor, to want to eat my own blanket in the middle of the night. Whereas I feel like the rest of you might be munching down, especially pastrami, man.
Well, wasn't there a porno that you talked about where it was lettuce heads in a room?
That was me.
That was Alan.
Whoops. Sorry. I've had a couple Chardonnays.
The bed was actually made of pastrami. I forgot that part.
Breathable meats. All right. We'll figure this out. We'll get to the bottom of what a breathable meat is.
All right, question number 2. We actually posted this one up on the old Facebook page. Make sure you visit that. Find us on Facebook as The Middle Classholes. And it's a very simple question, Wes. We'll start with you. What 2 animals would you like to switch the sounds they make? Now, there might be a little confusion in this. I would like the animal sounds to be you take this animal sound and you transfer it to this one and vice versa. Kind of like a Freaky Friday situation. Not necessarily get to choose 2 animals that have independently different sounds.
Got you. I'll be honest with you. Every now and then when I'm somewhere and I hear some fucking some bird or cricket. Or is it crickets outside that go and just keep you up all night?
I think that's bullfrogs, actually.
Yeah. Just...
Is it more high pitched than that?
Insert those with anything that doesn't make a noise. There you go. Make those fuckers mute. If you're asking for do you want something more more biblical, more like elephant meets crocodile?
What do crocodiles sound like?
Well, when they're mating, they fucking they shake and stuff.
I think when I'm mating, I shake and stuff.
Not like a crocodile, you don't, bro. What do to mix the animals?
Do you need a second?
Yeah, go to someone else. I'll figure this out.
All right, Alan.
So, the initial sound that came to mind, and we've talked about the majestic donkey on this show quite a few times, I would like to take that sound and put it on something. Now, I don't know. I waffled back and forth between, all right, what if an elephant sounded like a donkey? That would be kind of hysterical. What if, a fucking, your run-of-the-mill, household pet, like a hamster sounded like a donkey or like a bearded dragon. You know what I mean? So something small that fits into a terrarium or plastic enclosure in your son's bedroom, but it sounded like a full volume grown male donkey.
I like your donkey, but I feel like I want it to be on like something like more like majestic or cute. And I have a hatred for the sea otter, and I feel like you take its cuteness level down about 5 notches if you make that fucker every time it fucking open its stupid face.
Dude, I think that's the winner. Oh, God, everyone would hate it.
And everyone would love a donkey.
Much.
And everybody would see the donkey be like, and you're like, holy shit, that donkey's fucking precious. He does so much hard work and he sounds so wonderful and amazing.
Adorable mid-sized horse.
Don't eat it.
Oh,
Don't
God.
eat it.
Yeah. Even the hand holding like otters floating in a river wouldn't overpower the donkey sound.
No.
I'm with it. I'm taking it. I like it. Thank you.
Dewey.
God damn, on the spot. I'm not used to this.
Welcome to 3 and Out.
Yeah, no one's used to this.
Yeah.
Do you think we like having this shit spawn in our lap every week, ruining my work week, ruining my work life, ruining everything that I do?
No,
You think I want to think about this shit?
Now I have to explain to people at work what otters sound like. They sound like donkeys.
this is gnarly. Just having to do this every single week is fucked.
Yeah. Chris, what we should do is get a guest on and ask them the question of the week and do it like a month in advance. Just give them like, hey, Christ, hey, okay, you can wear a what's the hat? What is it?
Dunce cap?
No,
Dunce cap?
No, it was the
I think
one
it's
we
a dunce cap. The pointy thing? Yeah.
No, the thing they used to make kids wear and they sat in the corner in the
Yeah, they
elementary
sat in the
school.
corner when they were being dunces.
Never.
Nah, it's
I'll
not
tell you
dunce
what.
cap.
I'll get it and I'll ask Dewey this afterwards. You fucking assholes.
Unicorn dildo?
I quit. Good night.
Okay.
Who's fucking messaging me? All right, Dewey, fire away.
All right. The only image I have in my head is not the Warner Brothers lion.
MGM.
MGM lion goes to roar, and you hear a fucking gobble gobble.
Turkey.
A turkey. And then switching that out for the lion, lion's voice in the turkey. When the rooster wakes up in the morning.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking amazing, actually.
Wow. So many movies. The tone of so many movies would be different.
So I'm pretty sure I got it.
Okay.
All right. Give me a grizzly coming out of hibernation and then making the sound of a rooster.
Now, mine, because I've always felt like the fucking horse. The horse is almost the perfect animal, but it doesn't make a. What the fuck does a horse say? I want a horse to screech like a fucking eagle. I can't even make the noise. It's so fucking amazing. I want horses to sound like eagles, and since I can't hear eagles, it's fine if they make that fucking floppy fucking gum sound flapping around in the sky. Let their gums flap around too. I'm going horse for eagle.
How about horse sounding like a carrier pigeon?
Yeah, they can only run, 40 feet, Wes? Is that right?
I said 45 seconds. I tried to play it off, too. That's just a figure of speech, right?
All I know is the first couple drops that I want on my soundboard are fucking the donkey sound, eagle screeching.
And Murr saying, all right, I made up some details.
Yes.
All right, and your final 3-and-out question tonight. Dewey, we are going to start with you, so be prepared. If you were perpetually surrounded by one aroma besides your natural smell, which would you and everyone around you smell? What would it be?
Roast beef.
Old turkey.
I'm hanging with the question from the last time. It's going to be roast beef.
Okay.
Roast beef blanket, roast beef smell. Coming out.
I feel like that might be your natural smell, actually.
Roast beef. Definitely better than
Smell like roast beef.
You sticking with roast beef?
No, fuck.
Do you want us to go and we'll come back?
Yeah. Circle back.
We'll circle back.
It's like
Alan.
it's like getting asked first. What do you want at a restaurant? Like, whoa, can you ask everybody else? I'll figure it out by the time you get to me.
Alan, if you were perpetually surrounded by one aroma besides your natural smell and everyone else could smell it too, what would it be?
I think it would be. I can't just say tacos because I don't know if tacos have a smell.
Tacos have a fucking smell, Alan, and that's not a bad smell. I'm not going to hate you for that one.
But I was going to say just your local, your favorite Mexican restaurant. I will smell like that. So just like rice and beans, assorted beefs, beef cooked in multiple spices and stews, and then most likely just a hint of tequila and or rum. I think that's the ticket right there. That's me.
I also think that might be your natural smell, Alan.
I think it is.
That's me.
If I looked at me, that's what I felt like. But they're like, what's this guy smell like? Tacos.
Wes?
What does The Rock smell? Okay. Why wouldn't I want to smell like my favorite cologne?
Because this is the problem with colognes. The person wearing the cologne likes the smell, and if you're in a group of 10 people, maybe 3 other people like that. Everyone else just has to tolerate it. Cologne is a thing of the past. I don't know why we're still like people. No offense. I don't know why people like you are still, I don't know, tricked by the advertising to buy the colognes.
Well, you're entitled to your opinion, no matter how wrong it is. But I'll shy away from cologne because I'm not a heated person in debate. But I'll tell you what. All right, I'll deviate. I'll say my favorite cologne.
But you already smell like that. And just like anybody who has a favorite cologne, that's all anyone smells when they're around you anyway.
Everyone loves it. Okay, well, we're going to get rid of that.
Many people in your age group smell like Curve Crush, and we're all sick of it, God damn it.
Something far better than that. Yeah. Christ, I don't know. I mean, the only other thing I really would want to smell like in my life, kind of some sort of weird, I guess bacon grease.
That's not a bad smell.
Hell no.
If
Dogs
you
would
just
love
perpetually...
me. Wolves would love me.
Fresh bacon grease, though, right? Like,
yeah.
Because, like, you get a little musty. Grease gets a little musty after, like, a day or so. You don't want to be smelling like musty.
Listen, this is a once on. I throw this fucker on me, and I'm fucking saturated for life. I don't have to do re-ups every 3 days and re-shines and waxes and fucking repolishes.
You just cook breakfast. Do you cook breakfast each morning and then let it cool? You cook breakfast, you go, you sit down, you eat breakfast, you come back, rub it all over yourself, and then you're out the door.
I can wipe my brow and throw it in the fucking saute pan, and that fucker's ready to roll. Yeah.
All right. Well, I have 3 favorite smells, and they are fucking, sawdust, fresh cut grass,
Okay.
and fucking Christmas sugar cookies. And I think I want to go with Christmas sugar cookies. That if you guys, for whatever reason, find yourselves in a Yankee Candle store at some point and you're like, I think Murr would like this. Buy me the Yankee Candle Christmas cookie candle. That motherfucker. It's mouthwatering. It smells like the holidays. And it's just delightful all around. And I feel like we'd all be in a better... You can't be in a bad mood if you smell Christmas cookies. So I'm going with Christmas cookies.
I was in a Yankee Candle this Christmas season, and I thought to myself, what's Murr's favorite Yankee Candle, I wonder? I bet you it's Christmas cookie.
I bet you that pussy likes vanilla.
It does have a very vanilla smell to it.
That pussy likes C4 vertebrae cracked.
Just compressed a little. the little ribbon.
God, it's coming. It's coming, folks. It's coming. Christ, we have it. We have it. Dewey, would you say the medium it's on? I don't even know the name of it. AH?
It's high 8.
High 8. Okay. All right. Listen.
High 8 video cassette.
It's getting...
I think my dad in his basement has something that will also do us no good, but he has the VHS converter for that size tape.
Okay.
It's like put the tape in and it becomes VHS. Then we just have to track down a VHS.
I got a VHS. I listen. I'm willing to fucking make this work. I'll spend good money in order to get this.
You can buy you can buy a VHS player on eBay for like $4.99. They'll ship it to you for free.
Well, it's a matter of getting it digitized. I got to get it to USB. I can do that, though.
Huh?
I know it. Listen, man, I didn't go into $17,000 debt at Frostburg State University in order to learn how to do something like this. All right? I know how to. I know.
And that, my friends, is 3 and out.
Forgot we fucked that up.
Hold on. I feel like I got shortchanged there.
Oh, I'm sorry. Dewey, did you have a smell that you wanted to impart to us?
Oh, yeah. Shit.
I did.
We're creatures of habit, man. Don't hold it against us.
Yeah, brother, do we love?
I misheard the question at first. I said roast beef. So
I mean, if you have another one.
Well, Christ, I wound up with bacon grease, so don't worry.
Murr opened up an entire thing there. Water coming out of a spigot in the summer.
Jesus, that's a Yankee Candle fragrance already, I think.
Water out of a picket in the summer?
It's the smell of water with
out
like
of a hose.
Yeah,
a faint aluminum
in the middle of July.
with a little bit of warm plastic.
There you go.
Hitting H2O out of a hose, hitting a crocodile mile.
Now, is this Flint water? Because that lead has a very sweet smell.
No, it's real specific. It's 505 Cecil Avenue, Perryville, Maryland.
Oh, shit.
Oh, God. I hope we don't get any hate mail.
Yikes.
Tell Mom we're okay.
Cut that.
Nope. Oh, man.
We don't edit the show.
Fuck no, man. I got to have shit house by 11:30. I'm trying to wrap the show up.
11:30, dude. Like 9:30 tonight.
Well, yeah, Christ, I went down to Sarah's sister's place and we did like a post-Christmas thing. And Chris, I had to play air hockey with the nephews. You think I want to do that shit sober?
Air hockey with the nephews.
Yeah. And then they throw up all the stuff on the goddamn air hockey table, chuck it up there. You think I want to be moderately sober for things like that? Fuck you. Nope. Yeah. That's right, Alan. You with me, man. You and me. Buds for life.
Bros.
Buds for life. All right. So we're gonna post things starting at 11 a.m. all the way till 8 a.m. On the hour. Our favorite bits from this past year. We are signing off for the New Year's. Does anyone want to say anything before we sign off? Because I want to say something. And I don't want to get all tear jerky, but I want to say something.
Holy shit.
Go ahead.
You're leading questions. No.
I want to hear what you would like to say.
All right. Let me rub my mitts here. What I want to say is, I don't want to get super sentimental about it, but the light is at the end of the tunnel. People are. This year sucked. This year has been bad for each and every human being, and people are getting vaccinated. Things are working out. This may not fucking clear out until May or June, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm happy. I didn't think I honestly thought that this shit would be a lot longer than it's lasted, and I'm happy, and I want people to understand that that 2021 will be okay. I want people to understand that there is light at the end of the tunnel, and be patient, do your duty, God in your country, put your hand over your heart, and fart the ABCs and make it happen. That's what. Play ball. That's really what I wanted to say. You know, we're things are gonna. I want to hug you guys. I want to do a fucking podcast with y'all. I want to enjoy life as I knew it before this. And we're there. We're getting close, and I'm excited about it. That's what I want to say. That's really what I want to say. All bullshit aside.
Yeah, no, I feel like we probably all learned a lot about ourselves and about other people and how much we need other people around us this year. And I do think that tragically, I think we've learned how to do life differently. I mean, by the way, big shout out to Zoom. Thank you, Zoom. Thank you for being a company that we didn't know fucking existed until about 6 months ago, and giving everybody the ability to stay in touch with each other and perform things like this. It's amazing. It's sadly in times of tragedy. I don't know how the rest of the world's going to handle it, but I think America's going to handle it just fucking fine. It's been a weird, not just year, it's been a weird 4 years. Let's be honest. Let's not necessarily poke the elephant in the room, but things are different now, and they're going to be different moving forward. And there is a positive light at the end of the tunnel. And stop it, you anti-vaxxers out there. Just stop it. You're going to be fine. Take the needle. Live life. We're cool.
Yeah.
And Happy New Year. All
right, so we'll go to Dewey as our uninterrupted guest and poet about his reflections on maybe what could be better, and then we'll go to our political sex correspondent Alan to wrap it up.
That's the most important part.
He's a sex correspondent.
He is the political sex correspondent here at the Middle Classes.
Political sex correspondent. So, if it's anything outside of the political realm, then yeah, I'm out.
No, I'm going to give you guys a bunch of dead air because I'm used to doing this. And it get all jumbled up. I'm probably just going to repeat what Wes said.
It's all good.
I don't think that's possible.
1,000 points of light.
Fragments on sentence fragments.
Steady stream. 1,000 points of light.
Mr. Fox, you still have 5 minutes of time left.
I can't believe I'm losing to this guy. Alan?
No, we pause every time there's dead air. No. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
I hope this goes through and there's baseball, real baseball next year. That's all I want to say. Opening day is my favorite day of the year. I know it's not going to be opening day. It's not going to be a regular opening day because we're not going back to regular life by April 1st. But I hope by midsummer we're going back to. That's the first thing I'm going to do. Is go to a fucking baseball game and hug people next to me.
You're going to go, and 27,000 people will be crawling in midsummer at Camden Yards. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be amazing.
8,000 people.
I don't give a shit. If the Orioles lose 120 games, I don't care.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be awful. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you, Dewey. I'm gonna high five a stranger who just wiped like the excess Miller Lite off of his face like this. He's like, oh yeah, because we just hit a home run. I'm gonna high five that guy, and I'm not gonna think twice. So that will be good. But yeah, to reiterate what Murr and Wes said, it's been a year. Maybe good, maybe bad. Mostly just a regular year. So yeah, the light is at the end of the tunnel. Like Murr said, don't be dumb. Take your vaccines. That's how we get over things like this. It's called science. It's still a thing. Despite our best efforts as a populace to ignore it, yeah, wear your masks. We're going to be there. We're going to hug some people. We're going to drink some beers. We're going to be together doing this in a room one day. Yeah. One day soon in 2021. And it'll be fucking fantastic. And also, I'm proud of us, guys. Wes, Murr, you too, Dewey. I'm proud of you. I'm always proud of you. Way more proud of you than I am of Wes. But I'm proud of this trio for fucking branding ourselves and getting ourselves out there and putting together a shit ton of content this year, guys. So pat on the back to us.
The Barry Horowitz of podcasting.
But yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah.
And finally, where can you find us, Alan?
You can find us on Twitter and Instagram at MDL Classholes, and then you can find us as the Middle Classholes on Facebook, as well as Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Is that what that shit's called? I don't know.
Damn it.
Who fucking knows? Google Podcasts, fucking whatever. Bean Pod, Cast, O'Graham. I don't know. Just type it into the internets and see what happens. I like to blow it up right at the end to hear Murr. Like we were right there, and then you just hear Murr. Oh, God damn it.
He's kind of our branding expert. Yeah.
Can the Colonel take us out tonight?
The Colonel? You betcha. It's actually probably 3. We're gonna
Wes, were you doing the Matador dance
now,
there?
when I was a younger man, I would occasionally visit a lady of the night. But on one fine evening, I done forgot my wallet. So I paid her off with 4 pounds of my delicious 11 herbs and spices fried chicken. She looked me square in the eye and said, you should be selling this stuff. After a good pistol whipping, I reminded her that I wasn't paying for no talking. I once met a girl at a Chubby Checker concert who was darker than my morning cup of coffee. The evening ended just as the Colonel envisioned, with 6 to 8 minutes of missionary fornication. When I was a boy, we had a rooster that could cock-a-doodle-doo like a farmer's daughter on a holy Sunday morning. He was delicious. Mom always said you could tell if a bird was going to be good eats by the way it clucked. She wasn't wrong.
That's it from the Colonel, folks. Alan, your thoughts?
Yo, the Colonel had a year. He just had a year with us. I just see more into 2021. That's really what I see.
Beautiful. Well, folks, Listen, from our family to yours, we appreciate all the laughter, all the joy. Enjoy your New Year's. We're kicking it back.
The cockles of our hearts.
Right here. And the warm, creamy chutney that we produce each and every week.
Down in the sub cockles.
Some cockles.
Maybe in the liver, maybe in the kidneys.
We don't know.
You don't know. Good night from the middle class souls to your family. Take it easy. Happy New Year.